Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play The Legend of Blacksilver. In the last episode, we acquired the Singing Crystal from the archives within Owl Temple and successfully managed to defeat the orcs that were holed up on the other side of the cave-in, freeing Cereval and his apprentice. We were leveled up to an apprentice rank ourselves, which earned us, as you can see, an extra 100 hit points. We've been given the next quest to accomplish by Cereval, which is to find his orb. He's not quite sure who has it, and before we begin looking for it, though, he suggested that we pay a visit and complete the Island Caverns, a dungeon. And to access that dungeon, we will need a blue gem in order to open up the exhibit for it within Owl Temple. We had a extra blue gem that we got from a treasure chest over in the sealed off section of the castle, but we'll use it to grab some good chainmail, which will probably be the best armor we will have for a little bit. I think it was well spent. So now we're hoping that the winds of the RNG will grace us another blue gem some point in the future, and then we can head over to the temple. Alright, well, let's get started. We need to prep for the temple, the Island Caverns dungeon. So we need to begin prepping for that. We want a few dungeon spells, and we probably want to look to trade out our whips for staves. Though that's less of important at the moment, compared to getting more money for spells. On that note, we also got quite a bit of money that we stuck in the bank out in Ironwood. And I don't think we have any packages on us, do we? We do. Okay, we have a Bad Axe package. So let's go ahead and drop that off at Bad Axe. I think from there we might be able to actually see a dungeon, which is not the Island Caverns, but a different one. Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing? It's the next day from the previous video. Today is February 1st, 2025. Can we approach this creature? Bone worm. Right, our glow tip's still in effect, so we're doing a little more damage than we normally would. Later on in the game, we'll have enough money that we will constantly be keeping that spell in effect. Same with our armor enchant. But at the moment, we have to be a little selective as to how often we can cast those, since I don't think we can make up the money for their costs too easily. Speaking of which, by the way, for spells, what we're going to want, I think, before we go down to that dungeon, is we're going to want at least 2 light spells. We're going to want 1 annihilation. Just 1. We shouldn't need more than that. And that's for an absolute emergency. A sniffler. Let's flee the sniffler. Oh, we're going to go this way. We want a few more glow tips. Probably 3 more. 1 or 2 more armor enchants. Bowel root. Looks like an octopus. It's like I had 2 frog eyes on the top of it. Reminds me of that lake creature in Northern Journey. I mean, it's no stench creep. I think we'll pass on it. The food using... Oh, we can't go this way. The mountains are going to block our path. A wild tench, as opposed to a tamed tench. I guess we'll go this way. I think I'm just going back and forth, aren't I? It'll be okay. Yeah, we'll use that one. 25 days of food. Hopefully we don't get sick. We cannot go up this way. So Bad Axe, I guess, is not up this way? I thought it was. Let's go back in this direction. And kind of follow the coastline as best we can. I mean, we did not get sick from the Tingler. That's good. And Amazar. Let's wait. Hello, Amazar. How are you today? You have anything to trade? No. We don't need the food that badly. This leads up to... Oh! There! That there is the Island Caverns. Do you see it? up in the upper left-hand corner? The yellow symbols there are caves. That's the dungeon entrance. The little thing there is a teleport that will bring you back to the temple. Similar to the giant M that brought you back to the museum over near Eagle's Hollow at the Three Sisters Islands. And that's Appia. Okay, so speak. Threaten. The Quasar Hound doesn't seem very intelligent. Or is it? It's probably very smart because it just ignores us. It's like, a free round of combat? I'll take it. Didn't help it, though. So Bad Axe was not then to the northwest. It must have been to the southwest. There's a squeezer. Kill us too. So what can we talk about? We talked about a game called Intravenous 2 yesterday. Another one that I was playing for a bit, but uninstalled after about 15 hours of it, was The Sunless Sea. I'm sure you guys probably have heard of this game. I have mixed feelings on the game. The writing is phenomenal. I really like the prose that was put into it and the way things are described in the game. Very flowery writing, and I love it. I love reading it. It's fantastic, and I love the game world and setting. But, oh, man. It's going to be one of these hot takes, viewer. I think it would be a good book or world setting, but I feel I don't like it. It's very... What's what I'm looking for? Plotting? The grind is really awful. Some of the systems in the game don't feel like they work the way they should, especially when you get a better engine and you move not very much faster, but the amount of fuel you use goes up significantly. There's choices that the game gives you that are like traps. The only reason you take them is because you didn't know it was a trap the first time. Like, you can easily spend money on bad things in the game. Which I suppose, in retrospect, could also be a good thing. You learn from experience what options to pick or what options not to pick. I made the mistake, though, of choosing My Father's Bones as the main quest to do. Which is, when I saw what I had to do, because I had played this game a long time ago, never recorded it. Thought about it, but I've always changed my mind after playing it for like 20 hours or so. I'm like, no, this is not a game I would want to record. To solve this quest requires you to play the game for what seems like 100 hours or so. And normally that would not be bad, but the main event loop is pretty boring. You spend a lot of time doing very boring, monotonous things in order to experience the really good things. But those really good things don't happen very often. And man, you can do a lot of work for a small incremental upgrade for your ship or your combat capabilities. And it just feels bad sometimes. So it's not a game that we're going to record. I know you guys have told me about the game in the past. And I have played it. I got pretty far when I did this quest many years ago. I think I played the game for like 80 hours or so. And I just needed like one or two more things to finish a part of the Fathom King's quest. God, what an awful, awful quest that is. It makes me wonder sometimes, like, okay, I get it. It's a super long, involved quest that will take the player 160 hours to complete. Like, have you completed it, Mr. Developer? Can you show me a video of you beating it? Because I would very much like to see that, so that I understand, like, that you appreciate the player's time. Because, oh, wow. It is a really time-consuming game. That said, if you're doing... Oh, hey, there's a bank here. If you are doing something, say, else while playing the game, like... you want to listen to news, but you also want to do something while you're listening to the news, then I guess it's not, like, okay, it's a game where that's a decent thing to do. Since you can turn your mind off for a good portion of it. This is dungeon spells, isn't it? It is, okay. So, hold on. So we want some light spells, and we're going to want 2 of them. Do we have enough for an Annihilate? We do not. Okay, so at this point, we need to talk about these spells for a little bit. So, Annihilate wipes out everything in an area around you. It instantly kills them. Used for emergencies. Nimble Step allows you to automatically dodge any traps that you walk on top of. This is one of the spells that, well, it used to be, and probably will be, a spell that I consider very important because it allows me to not have to examine things in the dungeon to find traps. You can just skip it altogether, as long as your skill in Nimble Step is high enough. We won't be buying any of those for the first dungeon, because we're going to be using Examine rather than stepping nimbly over traps. Psychic Protect makes you immune, I think, to all special attacks that creatures use. I think. It might only be stat-reducing ones, in which case, as far as I'm aware, there's only one creature then that it would protect you from. But if it is all special types of attacks, then that is also very useful. We'll probably want 2 of those, maybe 3. Light spells, you need a light spell to see inside a dungeon, and Teleport lets you move between dungeon levels and costs you some life, if I recall correctly. Light spell is really the only one that we need inside the dungeon, because the Island Caverns, while dangerous, we can probably do it with careful planning of our route, based on the maps I have in front of me, to make sure that we hit urns, which can heal us in that dungeon, and we won't spend any time getting lost because I have these maps. As such, our time in there will be, hopefully, at a minimum, with the maximum reward getting all the treasure chests, and we should hopefully bump into far less creatures because of it. In other words, we hopefully won't need to buy as many or use as many spells of the more expensive variety there. Let's buy 3 more glow tips. Let's see what weapons are for sale. Thanks for delivering the package. Here's 115 gold for your trouble. You need any help? No, okay. Let's see. We saw weapons already here? And there was nothing for sale? Armor. We already saw the armor. There was no armor. Wait. We visited all the shops already. Did we visit all the shops already? Did we visit you? We did. You were at the bank. Sorry, viewer. I don't remember the weapons that were for sale. I was just there, wasn't I? I'm having a senior moment. Those were the dungeon spells. This is the normal spells, isn't it? No, that's where you just literally were there. Oh, maybe there is the weapons store here. And Bad Axe feels like a fortress town. With, again, all these engines of war here. Huh. It must have been up here. I must have seen what was for sale and just didn't see anything I liked. Just walked away. What was here? A good whip. Okay. Yeah, we don't need that. What's interesting about the Sunless Sea game is that you think in a game where you're playing a naval captain in charge of a ship, that there would be trade routes that you could take advantage of. But the amount of money you make from doing trade routes is so small compared to just going to each of the ports and doing what's called the port report there. And that's writing down what you see, making notes of what occurs, and then bringing it back to the Admiralty to get credit for doing so. Is, like, it's not very much at all. In fact, you're better off not doing it, and the game even tells you that you, in the very beginning of it, that you don't make much money playing the game that way. A splendid staff, sure. Beaverton. A good name for a city on your coast, but I don't think beavers are saltwater creatures. Then again, I've also just made the assumption that the ocean is saltwater, not freshwater on this world. That's a nice place. Look how well kept the yards are, the lawns are. Dark Defiler. More expensive spells here. Great name for a dungeon store, though. There must be some regularity of the people going into the dungeons if they have stores dedicated to selling spells to such. Heavy metal armor. What have you got? Shoddy studded hide, superb leather. So chainmail actually was the third type of armor then, not the second type of armor. I thought it was the second. So yeah, we won't get better armor than this for a while. Battle blades. What have you got? You have any battle blades? A superb staff. Wow. And clubs are showing up already. A shoddy club. Okay, so then let's sell. Oh, and nice. That was a good staff we bought. So I think we'll sell our whips. We will sell all of them. And we will buy a superb staff. We can equip it. Actually, I guess we can equip the good staff. Because once again, if we break a weapon, I'd rather it be the weaker one at the moment. Oh, a bank! This is also a vault over there. It's what all the guards over there are doing. They're standing around guarding it. So we can definitely take out some gold then. We'll take out 200 more. And we can use that to buy another superb staff. Oh, there's a cashback. We should have done this then. Let's try selling that other leather armor we have. Superb leather. 36. I actually don't know how much this is worth selling it. So let's say no. And I'll ask for 75. 44. No. We'll ask for 62. 56. Now, can we get 59? It's always fun. Remember that our stats, real quick. Our charisma was increased by 5 points. So we can already be making a little bit of money by using the buyback shops instead of the selling it directly to the shop owners. I should have considered that before I sold off all those whips. We should have tried to see if we could make a little more money at the buyback. Blackjack. No, we don't do any gambling. We don't have the money for that. No high-low. Dark Defiler. Oh, Dark Defiler again. So it's a chain. We'll buy one armor enchant. Tongues of Flame and Lightning Bolts are the range spells. They had equivalents over in Legacy of the Ancients. We don't really need those at this point, but they can fulfill the role of a Annihilate if you're only worried about one or two creatures, killing them quickly. Okay, so we want another staff. Okay. And let's leave. We'll head back in. Actually, was there a place to work here? A Trillip. Hello, Trillip. You have any gems for me? No. We already have better armor than studded leather. I do not remember armor, once again, viewer, breaking at all in the above world. I know there is a dungeon creature that can break your armor. Yeah, Tim, I don't think there was a place to work here. There has to be a place to work here. Stuff is... Weapons and armor are still the same. I will still talk to everybody once to see if anyone will offer me a gem. We do need a gem to get into the dungeon. What's our balance? Oh, and I just realized the banks in this world are the ones who offer you a loan, which would make sense, rather than the actual loan sharks in Tarmalon. Fine aroma. Would you do me a favor? Yeah. Back to Bad Axe with us. Will you work a day helping us make pastries? Absolutely. 16 gold. Food and water, we'll buy 18 days. Right, we don't need any of that. Okay, so let us leave. I don't mind games that are a bit slow and ponderous in terms of making progress. But again, Sunless Sea just, oh man, it's so little progress. It's so little progress. And you're supposed to play the game like a roguelike. Apparently at some point they changed it, and they give you the option to manually save. In return, you lose what's called your Invictus token, which is the proof that you did the game as it was originally intended, which was playing an Iron Man. Man, I can't imagine playing the game, choosing your father's bones as the quest, playing it for like 84 hours and then just dying, and then having to do it all over again. Especially because the joy of Sunless Sea is the excellent events that transpire, the writing that occurs in the game, depending upon some really outlandish events or encounters that you have. But once you've done it once, there's no, like, driving need to sit and read the text again. Especially not if you do it, like, immediately after you fail the first time. I'm gonna leave you a bit with a sour taste in your mouth. I'll let you go for 18 gold? No, Amazar. How about we're gonna kill you and take your lunch money? 5 gold, literally lunch money. And once again, that's what make sure I get this correct here. I don't think it's a... Well... Sunless Sea is not a game for me. I considered, once again... Tim, it's a really... Let's say it. I think it's a bad game, but it's a great story. I feel as if the game could have been done, like, made a little... Oh, hey, here's the archive gem. 74 gold. Yes. Blue gem. Perfect. All right. Now we really should hunker down and get ready to go into the dungeon. Let's see. We have all the weapons I want. I've got the armor I need. Arguably, we've got enough magic spells, but I wouldn't mind having a few more. I think this episode, viewer, will just walk around and get some cash killing creatures and get ready. And next episode, we'll go into the dungeon. What's our balance? Leave that there. Instead of making the player, like, slowly, ponderously go from place to place, they could have just had, like, I guess, well, no, the game's fine, I guess. I don't like that it can take you 2 hours to make a circuit to visit all the places in the Sunless Sea for you to return home and have made maybe like 300 or so echoes. Echoes are the currency in the game, which is not very much, and you're going to be spending that on other things to try to make progress in your main quest. It takes so long to make any significant profit. Now, that said, people have discovered you could edit your save file and just give yourself all the echoes you could possibly want. It's just a JSON file, so you can very easily just edit it, give yourself 1,000,000 credits, and then just play the game again. And to be honest, given how long the game can take, like, okay, that's acceptable to me. Like, you want to give yourself 50,000 echoes? Man, go for it. And then you get to enjoy the game. All the amazing, once again, the amazing writing, the story, the atmosphere of the game, rather than do the monotonous grind for stuff. I guess this game, so if you look at this game, for example, we are walking from town to town and earning money to buy supplies so we can do the next big event, the dungeon. But this will take us basically an hour, and we're set for the next big dungeon. We'll complete it, we'll earn more money there as well, and we should be more or less able to hit the ground running for the next location. In the Sunless Sea, what would normally take an hour, like the equivalent of this game, takes about, like, it feels like it takes like 20 hours to me. So maybe I'm also playing the game wrong, which is why I feel this way. I guess that could always be the case. Oh, and where are we bringing this mail, by the way? Back down to Beaverton. I don't think I am, though. I don't think I am. The game wants you to enjoy the world and get involved with all these events, but if you do that and you make mistakes, you die, and then you lose all that progress and have to do it all over again. And the game uses random rolls to determine some things, which may or may not happen. Right? Like there are skill checks. Rolls a percentage die. If you succeed, no. Then you lose a crew member, gain some terror, and maybe lose something else. Or gain something else. I'm just gonna bash your face in. Crackle. Wow! What do we get? Something special? Oh, only 9 gold. So I don't know. I don't know. Combat in the game is also very interesting. I have heard at one point it was very different than what it is now. It's a real-time combat. It's not terribly difficult. Just get behind the enemies, basically, assuming it's an enemy ship, and just blast them with your weapon. Well, that can take quite a while to down something, depending upon the strength of your gun. That's another thing. In this game, well, the upgrades for various weapons in the Sunless Sea feel a bit odd. An upgrade to your gun might increase the damage by, like, 2 points. Or 4 points? It's roughly 3 or 4 points per what's written on, like, your deck gun in that game. But the cost of doing so, especially, like, early on, you struggle for any money. And when you finally get a better, like, let's say you invest in a better gun so you can more quickly kill the creatures. Well, it translates to 1 less shot, maybe, on some of the weakest things in the game. A flock of bats will take 2 hits with your starting gun, and with an upgraded gun, they still take 2 hits for the first up. If you go with the lowest upgraded gun that you can probably first afford. And from what I've heard, you shouldn't be fighting any creatures, which is frustrating, because then why give you the option to, seems like you should be able to fight them, or it should be something that you want to do. They have options to, like, reduce your terror, you can get some extra supplies for killing the things, but it also takes time, which is chewing into your supplies and your fuel. So I want to fight the creatures and get stuff for doing so. I don't want to just ignore the things. But then the guns feel like the price you pay for the increase in damage that you do seems not quite right to me. But maybe I am just complaining too much about it. And it is actually a very fine game. I think I would probably have liked it more had the 2 times I played the game not accidentally picked the longest quest that is in the game. Okay, so we want some more dungeon spells. Actually, what do we have? Let's buy 1 more glow tip and 1 more armor enchant. If I remember where those are. Oh, blackjack, no. This person's high-low. We don't want that either. Okay, we want another glow tip. We want another armor enchant. Okay, so what have we got? I don't really feel like... Oh! No. No. We're fine. 2 light spells are fine. So I want to wait to talk about the monsters that are inside the dungeon until we get into the dungeon. Then I'll try to remember what all their names are for the 2 different sets of monsters we're going to be encountering. I don't remember all of them on the upper level. Sorry, what's going through my head right now is, do I need another light spell? Did I drop off the package? I did, okay. Alright, let's go... Sure. We'll go back in, we'll grab another package really quick. Bring that up to probably Bat Axe. And at that point, maybe we can do that. Maybe we do the dungeon now. This feels like this took about 30 minutes to get this far so far. So I'll check the recording in between. We'll cut the recording. Oh, Ridgeport. Oh crap, that's a new place. Okay, probably then. Oh, it's probably what we saw on the coastline, to the northeast of this town. Now I think about it, this game is somewhat similar to Sunless Sea. We're going to all these different towns, which is the equivalent of making port reports. Going there to get port reports. No. Only we get paid for it as we go to each town, rather than having to go to them and then go back to Fallen London. So to be talking about some of the negative aspects about Sunless Sea, what are some of the positives? It is fun to... So I compile giant spreadsheets of what costs what and where to go and what reduces how much terror and where I can pick up certain supplies and sell unique things and so on from. It's fun to put together that large list and then plot my expedition and then see it to completion. And see how much profit I make when I'm out there. Once again, the writing is fantastic in the game. The atmosphere is also really good. Graphics are interesting. I like the world graphics, like the map you have as you have your boat and you're traveling around on the sea. But I found most of the other pictures to be just so-so. Rather too cartoony for me, given how the rest of it is drawn. It reminds me a little bit of... Oh, I didn't want to play Dragon Wheel. I guess we'll play it. We'll play it twice. This is a big mistake, though. No, we don't need instructions. We'll play it twice. I'll bet 18 gold both times. One more time. Okay. Thankfully, we didn't lose more money than we bet. Games like Dragon Wheel are what soured me to all gambling games in both real life and in other video games. If it was a charity, then it wouldn't work the way they work. So that's my way of saying that I should expect to lose money rather than gain it whenever you go gambling. Yeah, we'll make brooms for a day. Okay, kind of makes up for the cost of the gambling. Feels like a dungeon shop. It is not. You are the marina. I think these people are near the Incontinent Lake. They're a rather large lake here. I think it's a lake. And so this is how we'll get to Hawk Temple in the future. But right now we can't access that place. You know that food is a little cheaper to buy because of our increased charisma. Den of Power. It's not the cheapest place to buy spells, Tim. Nah, we don't need them. I'm thinking about buying a few lightning bolts or magic flames to help us in the dungeon. Have we talked to these people before? We did. So what do we still need? We have our weapons. We have the armor. We have 1 life elixir to help us out while we're there. We have enough glow tips and armor chance and a light spell to do the dungeon. We have nothing else, though. I kind of want to buy a handful of lightning bolts. Okay. Let's get... Yeah, we'll get some lightning bolts. And we'll take a package to another town, and then we'll head off to the dungeon. So we'll buy some lightning bolts, and we'll... You are not qualified for this spell. What? What do you mean? How about Tongues of Flame? Okay, we can use Tongues of Flame, but not lightning bolts. Okay. Let's buy 10 of them. Not qualified. What does that even mean? I have money. You're selling them. What do you mean I can't buy them? If they all fizzle, that's my fault. Like that's on my head that I bought them and none of them worked. You should still have sold them to me. You could make some money that way. Crystal Summit. Okay, let's leave. Music in the game is good, and as is the sound effects. I really like them. Very, very good in the game as well. I'd hazard that there isn't much replayability in the game. This game has not too much is different. I guess if you don't choose your father's bones as the main quest to do, then you will probably be able to beat the game with significantly less time investment. Which means that instead of basically being required to do every single thing the game could potentially has, like you have to do every single thing or almost every single thing. A trapper, hello. You only have to do some of those things. There's Hawk Temple. Crystal Summit's probably down here. Actually don't know where it is. Unknown creature, wait for it. Oh, Screaming Nug! Those are the worst. Let's stalk the fetid wheeze. Get you, Mr. Toad. So, what I'm saying here is that you can probably... You'll probably solve a few of your crew members' quests, probably complete several other quests in the game, but then have gotten to the point where you have what you need to complete your main quest and win. In your father's bones, you gotta do so much what I would call ridiculous stuff to see it to its completion that it feels a bit silly. This is Tummus, not Crystal. No, I'm not going to go in there. Where's the crystal place? I don't know. Oh, this is a mistake. Sensories are very agile, if I recall correctly. Yeah, okay, we're getting out of here. Oh, magic, not what I wanted to do. Nothing. I wanted to other... Let's move away. Okay, we can't go that way. The town should be somewhat close to Ridgeton. Or Ridgeport. Special leather now. Good job, sir. I am proud of you for selling equipment rather than just trying to beat up on people. Is this Crystal Summit? It might be. Yes, always buy healing potions. Amazar. Speak, threaten. Yes. Be a big meaty there. Right, so for replayability, there's always like, if you don't, once again, you don't take your father's bones, then odds are you'll probably be required to do less stuff, and have a nice fun time exploring some of your what's what I'm looking for. I said crewmates. That's not quite true. Officers' own stories, but not feel like you have to do all of them. Then again, I guess that's not truly fair, Tim. You don't have to do all of them, even for your father's bones. Just a select few of them, arguably, potentially. It feels like it takes forever to do it, though. And viewer, I'm thinking we're probably not going to do the dungeon this episode, because that would be playing close to 40 minutes at this point. So, oh right, things are very expensive in this town. This is the rich city. Yeah, things are very expensive here. A good place to go and sell your equipment, I guess, right directly to the merchants. 75 gold. Yeah, of course we'll make some pottery. Okay. Maybe we do it. I need to check on my recording before I decide that we're going to do the dungeon. Because if we play for 40 minutes, dungeon's going to take us about 30. In which case, I guess we could fit it into this video. Do we do it? Let's get to the temple, viewer. I will quickly cut the recording, see how long I've been playing for. A shoddy staff. Oh, I guess an extra staff can't really hurt. And if we've been playing for under 40 minutes, we'll go ahead and do the dungeon. Holy crap, please. Unknown creature, let's stalk it. Alright, okay. So I'll be right back, guys. So I'm going to check on the recording really quick. After we kill this closet hound. Okay, I'll be right back. 43 minutes. We can probably do the dungeon. So let's go into the temple. Actually, let's go into the temple. And we'll go ahead and actually get this dungeon done. Right, hello, sir. We'll offer you 13. Only wants 10. Yes. Alright, let's do it. Well, kind of. We have to get to the exhibit first. Okay, now we didn't see this exhibit while we were in here last. If I remember correctly, it's in like a smallish dead end. I don't remember where. Singing crystal. I'm going in circles, aren't I? I am. Game of Honor. We still haven't seen... this is the armor. Yeah, metalwork. We still have not seen the... storming gear, I think is what it's called anywhere. Holy crap. If I'm in here for 10 minutes, though, we're not going to do it. Where are you, exhibit? This is the very beginning. Okay, this is the very beginning. This is where we came in from. That is not it either. I feel like we haven't been here before. There's the storming gear exhibit. It is indeed called, it's good to know, it is indeed called storming gear. That's where we came from. We have to go this way. What is this one? The wealthy! I forgot there was a currency exhibit in this game. I don't remember, I remember finding far less, being offered far less garnets and topaz coins in this game. So us just being able to use that to get money won't be something we can really take advantage of, like, as we did. I mean, we will, but nowhere near as frequently. This is it. It's to the left of here. Around this corner? This is it. How do I remember? An island retreat. Let's go ahead and take a peek at this. Somewhat thematic. I talked about Sunless Sea most of the time, and we're about to go to an island here. Oh, look at that! Few people visit the caverns of Bantros, for these dungeons are places of treachery and death. Yet, for the intrepid explorer, they're worth the danger. These island caverns are actually visible from the northern coast of Thallin. Oh, Thallin's the name of our continent. Yet, few know of their existence. Yeah, we saw them ourselves when we were out there. Through this exhibit, you're now free to visit the island caverns as many times as you dare. Nice! We no longer need a blue gem then to come back here if we go out there and change our mind or get beaten up badly. Let's go. Okay. Let's go. There we go. All right. Let's save the game. We haven't seen the game yet all episode, so we'll do that now. We can attach our character disc. There's another dungeon that's not too far away from this one, if I recall correctly, out to the northwest in another mountain range. We can't access that one, though, until we have mountain gear? Climbing gear, whatever it's called. Disc 3. Okay. Let's do it. Let's see if I'm prepared for this. Last time we did the first dungeon in this game, back in the Pirates Cove, I had recording problems, and my first foray into it did not go, like, I lost recording, and it was an amazing adventure, because I barely made it out of there, screaming away from the monsters trying to kill me. But then, because it didn't record, I was like, oh, we gotta go right back in there again to show people what it's like in here. And then we died in that dungeon because of it. One of the first times I think I've died in Legacy of the Ancients on screen for all the times I've played the game. Hopefully, it goes better for us in this place. I think this is the first time I'm using my disc. Okay, good, it did work. Okay, so, welcome to the dungeon, everyone. What do you think? Really dark in here. This is all you will see until you cast a light spell. Your light spell, I think, will last for the length of the dungeon, unless something turns it off. There's a creature that we can encounter that will do this, but not in the upper levels of the dungeon. So we should not have to worry about it here. You can navigate the entire dungeon without seeing anything. If you, like, you can walk around and you can examine for... Actually, I don't think you can see any traps because you can't see anything at all. But you can open chests if you're over one. You can fight creatures, I think, if there was one right in front of you anyway, I think. But we bought light spells for this occasion, so there's no reason for us not to cast them. Here we are. All right. First thing we want to do is prep for this. So we want to cast an armor enchant. Our chainmail gleams. Oh, a thumper! That's a thumper! Oh! Oh no! I just remembered! Thumpers have a special attack! Oh no! They can destroy our armor. That would be really bad. We only have one suit of armor with us, our chainmail. So let's try casting a magic flame at this thumper. It fizzled. Well, we're gonna fight it then. We missed. If we lose our armor right away, I'm gonna be so angry. What an amazing creature. This thing is so weird looking. Has a clam for a head, giant eye in its chest, and is wielding a mallet. Okay. First creature of the dungeon killed. As we see each creature, I will say what I remember about them, and if I can remember their name. I have not watched any of my old video, by the way, viewer, for The Legend of Blacksilver. We're going on pure memory for the creatures that are in here. A slime splotch. Oh, sorry, tendril colony. I think these can destroy your armor in this game if you walk on one of them and you did not. It was not revealed to you. Scorepod. This is a scorepod. Yes, I remember the name. We're gonna beat it up. Maybe. It's tough. Actually, it's not too tough. It's dodgy. It's also very big. Yes. Okay. Note that you do consume food. Assassin! So this thing can break our weapons, if I recall correctly. As it gets closer, it will draw out a cross, an upside-down cross, or a dagger. I always thought it was an upside-down cross. That looks like an upside-down cross to me. This reminds me... I never played it, but it reminds me of one of the creatures from one of the Ultima games. There were these 4 robed, cloaked... like, wraiths or something. I don't remember what... I never played the Ultima. Was it Ultima 4 that they were in? I only ever played Ultima Underworld 1 and 2. Never beat 2. And I played Ultima 7. I did not play any of the other Ultimas. Now, I'm using a map to help guide me through the dungeon. A treasure chest. So I'm going to be avoiding areas that have nothing in them. 23 gold. All right, so we had about 180 when we walked in here. Let's try. Gotta try to remember that, because if we can walk in and out of this place more or less intact, I might decide to do more of this dungeon. Like off screen, I might do this dungeon again, just to get the cash that's in here. An idol. This thing is immune to magic. Spells we cast at it will have no effect. Above it is a acid spray trap, I think. Tendril something? Kapok. No, completely wrong. I think this thing can paralyze you with an attack. Many of the creatures in... dungeon creatures in Legend of Blacksilver have something special about them. $19 gold. Not a very profitable first level. Then again, we weren't hurt too badly. Oh! Alright, something's chasing us. Let's climb down. An idol. This is not the thing I think that's chasing us. That's still above us. When we walk up, it will be behind us, I think. So I think it's behind us right now. It's not. Okay, maybe... maybe that was the thing then that was behind us to begin with. It just went down at the same time we went down. An ERP! I'll never forget ERPs. What a crazy name for this thing. Yes, ERP. Who come up with the names of these? That's amazing. Like, what a great name for this monster. What a great name for a monster. All right, let me look. Where am I? Okay, so we'll go this way. Now, do we want this healing item? I think we will take it. So, urns in this game are the equivalent of the white boxes in Legacy, with one notable exception. They might not heal you. They might instead give you food. Since we entered this dungeon, we've used 2 days of food so far. I think we are indeed munching on it. Maybe it's like the Fear and Hunger games, where like we're in this dungeon and there's some sort of evil effect, which is increasing our hunger while we're in here. As we go lower, creatures will get a little tougher. Not too much tougher. And by that, I mean the same types of creatures that we're fighting. Why am I examining? There's nothing here. Nothing in front of me. Where am I? Okay. And in the Legacy of the Ancients, there were 2 sets of monsters. Types in the first 4 levels, and types then in the lower, like levels 1 through 4. And then other creatures in levels 4 through 8. Silver coin? Silver coin? A blue gem! We have no need of this. I don't think there's any unlooked at archives that require a blue gem. We cannot look at the armor one again. Yeah, we can't look at the armor one again. We don't need a singing crystal. We can't use that again. And I think we have free access to the island caves. So I think we're done. $30 gold. It is better for us to turn around. Another score pod. Lots of these down here. Are those like wings? Leathery wings it has? On its back, do you think? There's a healing urn. Well, there's an urn to our right, but we don't need it. We'll leave it there. So here, viewer, because we only have 1 elixir, we are going to be plotting our journey around where these urns are located and trying to strategically use them. Note that the creatures in this dungeon aren't hitting us very hard. This is thanks to the armor we're wearing and the armor and enchant spell we have going on us at the moment. Only 1 point of damage sometimes. That's fantastic. We should have no trouble in here. Up ahead to the right is an urn down a long hallway, but we don't need it. So we're going to turn left here. I don't like fighting in places like this. This is like an intersection, which means we can be attacked from the sides while we fight this pock off. Reminds me of a what are they called? Triflid? That was a horror movie, right? In the 50s or something, if I recall correctly. Attack of the Triflids? That's one of the first movies I remember watching when I was a real little lad. God, I had nightmares. Had nightmares of that movie. Okay, we're going to do it. Up ahead to the left, we have a white box. These have a set event in them. The the event is tied to the boxed, like the number of boxes that you open. So the first box we open in the island caves will always have the event we're about to see in it. If we didn't open this one and opened the later one, that one would have this event as an example. Let's show you what one's like. An aromatic vapor circles your head. You feel more alert. Intelligence +2. That's fantastic with the evil sound to begin with. Not all of these will give you stats. Some will take stats away from you. Some will give you money. There is one that knocks you out and you lose all of the money you had on you. One will kill you if you don't have enough life elixirs to keep yourself alive after opening it, for example. So they can be beneficial, but not always. I used to remember the exact order in which some of them should be opened, and usually in the very final dungeon, I don't open any of them because I don't care. At that point, I don't want to run the risk of my stats decreasing. We will probably open them this time around, though, just for the fun of it. Okay, anyway, I have those marked on my map, okay, as exclamation marks, because that was a good job, Tim, making them different. Oh! That's not on my map! Thankfully, I have multicolored pens here, so I can go ahead and just add a trap here. Okay, so you're ambushed by a poison dart. Your body grows numb. We got kind of lucky. This could have hurt us instead. You were paralyzed. We can't turn. We can't pass our turn. We are passing our turn by trying to move. Being paralyzed by a poison dart is usually far worse than being paralyzed by the kapak. I think there's a creature called a snaggletooth. Or no, snaptooth. Which is in the levels... Oh, right, I meant to continue with my earlier statements. Right, let's do this. So, in this game, creatures are generally different in the same way of Legacy. But the dungeon levels here go down deeper than just 8 levels. And from levels 8 and lower, you will fight a third set of monsters here. Now, in this game... One second, where are we? Okay, there's no traps here. Oh, I said there's no traps here, and then I just went ahead and examined. Oh, also note, by the way, really quick, that we actually can see what direction we're facing in. $31. So, here in the island caves, the creatures we are fighting currently are the ones that exist in the upper 3 levels. The final 4th level will have different creatures in it. Sorry, viewer, I'm looking at my map as we're walking forward. Sure. Found 2 traps down here. There's 3 treasure chests around the bend. So weird. This is why we're going this direction. Anything chasing us? No. Okay. Apparently, Tim always likes to look down long hallways to see if something was stalking us. It's a waste of an action. We shouldn't do it, but I like doing it all the same. Silver coin. Very nice. I'm going to change these on my map. Did I write these in pencil? I did. Wow, from all those years ago. I'm going to put the C on these to indicate silver coin instead. Okay. Boxes that I think have silver coins in them. They're either not They're either not in the dungeon if you return to it again, or that treasure chest will be empty. We're going to go straight, make a small circle. Oh, and by the way, for your glow tip and armor chant spells, you can change your armor. The spell is affecting you, even though it says your whip glows. It's whatever weapon you switch to will also have the same effect. I remember it saying this actually in the manual, so I'm not too concerned. If we do lose a weapon, you don't have to recast our glow tip spell. In fact, it will even tell you that you already have one in effect. All right, another case. Let's open it. I don't remember anything bad in these starting boxes. Red powder flies into your face. You sneeze and feel refreshed. Endurance +3. Nice. A little more endurance will go a long way for us. We are not coming back here. We'll take the healing and continue on our way. I do think that the treasure chest opening sounds were better in Legacy than here. It sounded richer, less gamey in that game. Oh, is this going to be an eagle statue or something? You find a silver grail with the image of an owl etched at its side. So this is an item that we're to give to the Seeker of Owl Temple. Okay, level 4, which means level 4 monsters. Wait, what were those? Can I name them all here? Toad colonies, bags of bones, snaptooths, eaten eyes. And there's one more, I think, that I can't remember. I mean, so far so good also. We have not really been under any serious danger so far. And we've left quite a few healing urns on our return trip. For our return trip, so we don't have to worry about using an elixir, so we can make it back up to level 3 again. $30. We're here for one thing in particular. A ring. Which will be, I think I can see on my map where the chest is located. And we're not going towards it at the moment. But it's okay. We want the treasure chest that's down here anyway. Pretty empty so far. We'll go straight. I forgot about these wolfmen. Growlers. Isn't that the name of, like, something you drink out of? Ah, there's a snaptooth. We might as well wait for it to arrive. Snapjaw. Snapjaw, not snaptooth. Have to recast our weapon enchant, or glow tip. $40, very nice. There was a trap in that dead end. I'll just mark it in case we want to walk into that dead end for some reason. Man, not a lot of money in some of these chests. Then again, these things are not terribly dangerous, all things considered, so we should not complain about it. We're gonna do something probably a little bad, but I want a treasure chest that I see marked on my map, which requires me going back up in this direction. Ooh, okay. What are you? Another growler. 15 gold. Come on now. We got more vibe from killing offended wees up there. Got like twice as much sometimes. Okay. Yes, we're going to open this box as well. The crate is empty. So this also tells me that that all the rest of the crates have no special effects. Once you open all those little white cases that was dined to be put into the dungeon, you will, like, if there were only I think there's more of those white boxes than there are effects associated with them. So you can like skip one or two and you'll still find them down in later dungeon levels. And once you open all of them, or have experienced, once you've experienced all of their events, they do not give you any new ones. Oh, darn it. Sludge heaves. I think these also can eat your armor. Lots of things can eat your armor in this game. Well, I guess we're gonna fight it. Forgot about them. Oh, something special. A red garnet. And this is the last special thing. This will be the ring. A crystal ring. That will allow us to visit the elixir vendors in the temples. Alright, let's get out of here. We have one more treasure chest besides that one on this level that we did not open. I was hoping we'd see an eaten eye. But I guess not today. Alright, yeah, we're almost back up to our... Oh, no! Stop. Okay, we're not looking at it. Whatever it is, it can still swing at us. It can't follow us up here. Lower level creatures, or rather, creatures that are locked to a certain level of the dungeon cannot follow you up or down into other levels of dungeons where they do not normally exist. So like a sludge heave cannot be up here in level 3. They're not a level 3 dungeon level monster, so we will not encounter them here. $21 more gold. Oh, I have on my map that there was supposed to be a healing urn right here. There is nothing there. All right, not bad. Oh, another assassin. I didn't want to walk up into that intersection. Alright, back up to full hit points. We left a treasure chest to the left here. Back up to level 2, almost out. I don't want to jinx it, but I don't think we're going to run into too much trouble at this point. We've opened up all the chests that are on this level as well. Okay. Let's see where I am on the map. I like how our footsteps echo in this place. Very good. Hello, Erp. Still think that's an amazing name. Another Erp. An appropriate name. Sorry, looking at my map. I didn't see the Erp just fly around the corner there. I don't think Erps have any special abilities. I think the flying creatures maybe do a little more damage than non-flying ones. Actually, that's not true. That's not true. I don't think unfortunately, for the little Erp, I don't think there's anything special about it. Uh-oh. I am now... No, okay. Ooh. I lost where I was on the map. Want to keep those in effect. Where are we? Okay, yep. This way. Almost done. Let's see, we are facing south. We are... sure. It's a bit of a long walk, but we will end up at an urn and the last chest on this level, in this dungeon that we did not search. Now, I know what you're thinking, probably. Like, Tim, this was nowhere near as dangerous as you had made it out to be. Well, viewer, those who think that, we got lucky. Oh, lucky? No. We came super prepared. Not because of the equipment and spells I brought with me, though those certainly do help. And this would have been much tougher without them. But because I have a map. Without it, it can be very confusing to navigate this place. As you can see, the dungeons in these games were very labyrinthy, or labyrinthine. I can't pronounce it. There's no rooms here. There's no, let's say, landmarks other than potentially traps if you recognize how they're laid out in certain places. And so this translates into getting lost very easily. Okay, sorry, I had to look at the map for a little bit longer. Okay, this way. There's an urn down here. We might as well open it. Nothing. There could have been food in it, which is why we went for it. It's straight down. Uh-oh, wait. I'm facing north, this way. Yeah, without this map, oh my goodness, this would be so much tougher. And those little 2 and 3 damage hits would start to add up. We'd be in combat with more enemies and likely being affected by any special attacks that they may possess and so on, so... Did we gain some strength for this? I don't think you gained strength in a similar... In Legacy games, you gained points in strength whenever you completed a dungeon. Going all the way down, getting the item, going all the way back up again. But I don't think it worked that way in this game. I think your stats are improved somewhat by... Like, several can improve your strength, or other people improve your strength. I don't think dungeons did at all, if I recall correctly. Yep. All right. All right, guys. Why don't we... Oh, well, first off, why don't we take stock of our profit? So, we'll do a little more adventuring. Not too much more. we'll go and buy some spells to make up for the ones we cast, and then we'll take a look and see how much profit we made from that dungeon. If any. I think we made some profit, but probably close to 300 gold, which is not too difficult to get. It's easier to get it in the above world. Funner to go into the dungeon, but more risky, since we can lose, say, our armor while in there. Oh, we can also just hit leave. Now, we do want to go right back to the temple, because we picked up that statue. I think if you're in the archives and you walk back to the doorway, I think that also leads outside. You can't climb back up into the actual temple portion of, like, where the people are located from the archives. I thought the game gave you an option to go straight to the archives, though, from the world, as opposed to making you actually go back through it here. Oh, was my cursor there the whole time? I hope it wasn't. Oh, right, we're at full hit points, so he doesn't accept it. He doesn't need any tribute. Go ahead and open the archives, make him feel important. And then we can go ahead and speak to that. This is a Trist person. We can go ahead and speak to the Seeker. You've brought me the Owl Grail. My life destiny is over. Perhaps we will meet again. Perhaps we will meet in another plane. For now, check your attributes to see my gift. He gave us some strength. We're up to 20 strength. All right, I'll take a little bit more damage. So we can't do anything here. This is where the silver coins will be used. We'll talk more about them when we get the chance to use them. And we'll talk about skill levels for magic when we get to that point too. All your magic have a certain skill point to them, as you saw over here. It's what they do is rather unique to the spell, and so we'll have to talk about that. The skill does not affect, to my knowledge, the chance that they fizzle. That's based on your intelligence. Skill is what affects the spell in some other way. So we have to use our crystal ring. The crystal ring glows. Hello there. The Empath of Owl Temple. I offer life elixir to the one who carries the crystal ring. They cost 150 gold apiece. Do you want any? We'll take one. Ooh, I said 0. I'm so sorry. Yes, hello. You have fantastic music. Yes, 1. Now, like in Legacy with the healing herbs, the cost of the elixirs is based on the amount of hit points that they heal. Effectively, more or less. So, I believe the cost correlates to half of your current hit points per elixir. So you're spending money on the actual healing potions, healing amount that they heal. This means, though, that they are cheaper to purchase early in bulk, right? Because right now they're 150. I think if we go back to Cereval and speak with him, he will level us again. And then our hit points go up to 500, I think. And then the elixirs cost 250 each. So it would behoove us to buy all the elixirs that we need now, or at least some amount of them, probably up to 10, before we level up. This way we save some money. A squeezer. Let's go ahead and fight you. No, we'll skip the food portion of it. I just want to get to a town. So we'll go to Bad Axe. Oh, or Ridgeport. Okay, so let us resupply. Dragon wheel, no. We did pick up some weapons or armor. I will count this towards our... We picked up a weapon. We picked up a shoddy staff. We did. We'll count this toward our profit. Give you 39 for this. Nah. You don't want that. Can we get 60 for it? 46? No. How about 50? We found that out in the world, so that's just pure profits doing that. We should actually probably try selling, like, before next time we want to do something like this. We should try sell. Actually, we can wield a superb staff and probably sell our good staff now. So let's see if we can make a profit. Actually, no. First, we should repurchase spells, and then see how much profit we made from the dungeon. Plus 150 because we did buy. There are dungeon spells here, right? I think there are. Plus 150 because we bought a life elixir. This is food. We're not going to buy food at the moment. Okay, so we used 1 armor enchant. And we used 2 glow tips, I'm pretty sure. I think we used 2 armor enchants. Okay, so we would have had, because of the elixir, about 680. So a profit of 500 gold for the dungeon. That's not too shabby, honestly, given how easy technically it is. If I was to do it again, we would do it off screen, and I'd also purchase some extra armor and be wearing that down there, just in case the Thumper destroys my armor. Oh, actually, we didn't make that much profit yet. Hold on. We buy magic flames because we cast a few of those too. How many did we cast? 6 of them. So that would be about 100. So maybe 350 profit instead. I don't think that's worth it to do that dungeon again. All right. So, did we pick up a package while we were here? We did not. Okay. So let's wrap this up by selling the weapon and see if we can make a profit selling one. Wait, what am I using? Okay, we'll sell a good staff. Let's see. Oh, this is the bank. How much do we have in here? Well, not bad. 1,600 bucks. So if I was to... First off, what's for sale? A good club. So if I was to sell the good staff, 76. Let's see if we can make a little more than that. At the buyback shop. That guy was here, I think. No, it's Dragonville person. Oh, it's not armor. Weapons. Okay, so if we sell a good staff... 76 is what we're looking for. So we say no to this. We'll ask for 100 to start. 54, no. We'll ask for maybe like 89. No, can we get down to like 80? 77. That sounds good. So a 1 gold profit. Is it worth it? The arguing? Arguably, yes. Probably not. Our charisma isn't high enough yet to really turn big profits by selling them, but we can make profit by doing so. I also use our staff rather than buying the good club because I think the clubs are going to go up to better quality after we level up. back to Beaverton. With this, we'll make some brooms. Okay, we'll buy some food, and then viewer, that will do it for us. We actually got quite a bit done, I think, this episode. Technically, we also were down 30 days of food when we entered, but we also did walking around out here, so about $300 or so profit from the dungeon, all things considered. Maybe a little more than that, maybe 400, but it's a bit risky once again. With our armor, we'd have to buy new armor if I go back and do that off-screen. I think I might off-screen doing a bit of walking around and delivering packages. I won't do too much of it, but I would like to buy up to 5 life elixirs before I level myself up. So that's about like an hour or so off-screen of just walking around. So I will probably do that before I see you guys again. And of course, I'll summarize everything when I see you at the beginning of the next episode. But for now, viewer, I will thank you for watching what you did. Thank you for putting up with me talking a whole lot about Sunless Sea. And I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, everyone. And thanks for watching.